Addiction is bourgeois. It lives in an apartment with a fancy balcony, works at good companies, wears suits, wears expensive cologne, posts filtered stories with motivational captions. Addiction isn't just in the gutter, it's at the office happy hour, in the Wednesday night wine, in the porn hiding in the browser history, in the phone glued to your hand all day. It's right next to you. Always. You think addiction is just needles, crack, and sleeping on the streets? If only it were that simple. Addiction has evolved. It adapted. It learned to smile, to wear a collar. Now it walks in through the front door. Smells nice, has a degree, has followers. And maybe it's sitting right there with you. Quiet, polished, rooted. You call it just my thing, just to unwind. It's only for today, but deep down, you lost control a long time ago. You wake up and grab your phone before you even open your eyes. You drink to relax, eat to forget, escape into a screen, and then you tell yourself everything's fine. But it's not, and you know it's not. Addiction isn't here to give you pleasure. It's here to silence, to numb the anxiety, the pain, to silence you. And the more you go quiet, the louder addiction speaks, the more it chooses for you, the more it lives through you. In the end, you're just obeying. You're not destroying yourself because you're weak or dumb. You're doing it because, deep down, it brings you relief. That's right, relief. Addiction became your rotten medicine, your hiding place, your favorite escape. It's the dirty blanket you pull over yourself when life gets heavy. The anesthesia you inject every time reality bares its teeth. You swear you're in control, but you don't go a day without your dose, without the substance, without the screen, without the empty orgasm, without the distraction that keeps you away from you. Because when the noise stops, what's left? You, raw, naked, full of fear and unresolved mess. And so you run, you hide, you drown yourself in whatever you can just to avoid feeling, avoid remembering. Addiction isn't about pleasure, it never was. It's about escape, about silencing pain. It's about burying the scream you're too scared to let out. But here's the catch. No one tells you that the more you run, the more you lose yourself, the more you vanish, the more you die, while still breathing. And the world applauds, encourages, glamorizes it. Now addiction has a soundtrack, a dance trend, a joke. Drinking is a lifestyle. Porn is freedom. Gambling is just a way to chill. But behind the bottle, behind the screen, behind the fake pleasure, there's you, alone, exhausted, lying to yourself, ashamed of who you've become, pretending you're fine, while rotting inside. Let's start with drug addiction. Not just the fast, obvious kind, but especially the slow, silent one. The kind sold at pharmacies, bars, supermarkets, and even your local corner store. The drug that comes with a barcode, an ad campaign, and a pat on the back. You think it's only an addiction if there's a needle, if there's a syringe, a pipe, a rock? You think drugs have to be illegal to be dangerous? Nonsense. The worst drugs are the ones nobody questions. The ones you offer at family dinners. The ones you post in your Friday night toasts. The ones in your mom's purse, in your kid's backpack. I'm talking about alcohol. I'm talking about cigarettes. I'm talking about the hypocrisy society sells as freedom. You drink, to relax, to celebrate, to forget, but you won't admit you need it. That without it, you lock up. You get anxious, angry. You become unbearable, even to yourself. Alcohol isn't a toast. It's an escape. It's liquid anesthesia. It's poison with ice and a slice of lime. And just because it's served in a pretty glass, you think it's not killing you. But it is. It destroys your liver, your sleep. It ruins your peace. Alcohol turns you into someone you don't even recognize. But you think it's normal. Because everyone does it. Because the ads say it's cool. And cigarettes? Oh, cigarettes. The bonfire of anxiety. You light one because you're stressed, another because you're bored, another just because it's break time. But deep down, You're lighting your own sentence. You know it. Everyone knows it. But no one stops. Because it's hard. It hurts. Because the addiction is part of your routine, your mood, your identity. And then there's the obvious. The heavy stuff. The kind no one pretends to understand, yet keeps choosing. The hard drugs. The ones that don't hide. That take you down fast. That become your home. Your bed. Your prison. It's the streets. The crack. The syringe. The hunger. The flesh rotting over time. You become a shadow. A leftover. A walking body with dead eyes. That's where it all ends if you don't pull the brakes early. It's the fate of those who swear they're in control, but never were. And then there's porn. The most denied addiction of our generation. The most hidden, silent, and one of the most destructive. You don't watch it just for fun. You watch it because you're numb and need it to feel something, or to stop feeling anything at all. You go there for release. But what you're really releasing is your ability to connect. Your sense of reality. Every click chips away at your sensitivity. Every video distances you from real touch, from real scent, from real eyes. You get used to excess, to the extreme, to the grotesque. Normal becomes boring. Intimacy becomes dull. Affection becomes weakness. You're training your brain to get turned on by synthetic stimuli, by twisted fantasy, by aggressive illusion. And then you wonder why you can't connect, why sex feels empty, why you lose interest so fast. The answer? You became a slave to novelty, to the exaggerated, to the impossible. And the worst part? You hide. You open incognito, clear history, swap phones if you have to. But in the mirror, you know how much it's eaten away at you. You know you've lost time, presence, energy. You know you're addicted. But you pretend you're not. Because you're ashamed. Because you lie to yourself that it's normal. But it's not. Porn corrodes you. Inside and out. And worst of all, in the most human part of you. Your capacity to love. And there's one addiction almost no one admits. Screens. Everyone's on it. Because now it's normal. You wake up and the first thing you touch is your phone. Before brushing your teeth, before opening a window, before even looking next to you. You're already knee-deep in notifications, in the feed, in the endless scroll of distraction. Your finger swipes, your eyes dry up, your brain burns out. You call it killing time. But time is exactly what you're losing. You've become a lab rat, chasing likes, validation, anything to take you away from you, even for 15 seconds. You don't think anymore. You just react. To everything. To nothing. You live numbed by stimulus. But you don't feel anything real. So you try to focus, but can't. Try to read, but can't. Try to listen to someone, but your brain's on the next video. The screen taught you that silence is unbearable. That boredom is failure. That if you're not busy, you're falling behind. But the truth? You already fell behind. You lost presence. You lost attention. You lost depth. You're always online, but always absent. You're so distracted. You forgot what real life feels like. What it's like to be fully present. What it's like to be with someone, without checking your phone every 2 minutes. You call it a habit, but it's addiction. An addiction that makes you dumber. Disconnects you, keeps you docile, controllable. And while you scroll, life is passing you by, and you don't even notice. And if social media numbs you, games drain you to the bone, especially gambling. The harmless kind, the just for fun kind. Online casinos, roulette, crash games, colorful apps with background music. You go in thinking it's a game, but it's not. You're gambling your money, your time, your sanity. And at first, of course, you win. Because the system's built to hook you. You think, this is easy. I'm good at this. Just one more round. But the house never loses. You lose. Always. And when you lose, panic sets in. I need to recover. I can't stop now. I'll turn this around. So you keep going, even broke, even in debt, even destroyed. Because the game already rewired your brain, hijacked your chemistry. You're now a slave to dopamine, to the maybe. Maybe I'll win it back. Maybe the next one's the big one. Maybe. And just like that, you sink. In silence, in front of the screen. Heart racing, bank account bleeding. You lie, you hide, sell stuff at home, borrow money, get into debt, and pretend it's fine. But it's not. You're broken, wrecked, humiliated. And the worst part? You blame yourself. Because the game tricks you, makes you believe it's your fault. That you're weak, stupid, incapable. But you're not. You were manipulated, baited, conditioned. Gambling addiction is silent, but brutal. It destroys families, destroys dreams, destroys lives. And it's not just online casinos. There's local betting, slot machines, the neighborhood bar, soccer bets, card games, anything. Wherever there's a chance to get rich quick. There's someone losing everything, because addiction doesn't want your money. It wants what's behind it, your control. It wants your freedom, your peace. And when you lose those, there's nothing left. You're still here, right? Feeling free? Convinced this doesn't apply to you? I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't gamble. I don't watch porn. I'm not addicted to anything. Are you sure? Really? Then here's this. Sugar. Yeah, the sweet stuff. That little chocolate after lunch. That just today dessert. The cookies you hide in the pantry. The zero soda you pretend is healthy. You're laughing, but you should be shaking. Because sugar might be the worst of them all. No one takes it seriously, but it's in everything. Marketed to kids. Comes with jingles, mascots, cartoons. But no one tells you sugar acts on your brain. Just like a hard drug. It triggers dopamine, gives you a spike, then a crash, leaves you irritable, tired, anxious, craving more. You eat without hunger. You eat to ease stress, to fill emotional voids, to numb, then feel guilty, swear you'll stop. But at night, there you are, opening the drawer. You don't eat, you binge, and you think it's normal. Because everyone does it. Because it's just food. But it's not. It's addiction, compulsion, chemical imbalance. And there are people out there, overweight, pre-diabetic, inflamed, thinking their problem is physical. But the real problem is emotional, chemical, structural. You're trapped. You're dependent. You're addicted. But no one tells you. Because sugar is profitable. It's addictive. And it keeps you calm, obedient, happy for 5 minutes, and screwed for the other 23 hours. Sweet in your mouth, poison in your blood. Want to break free from addiction? Start with that one. And if you made it this far, there's no turning back now. You can't unsee what you've read. You can't hide behind "you're exaggerating" or "this isn't about me." Because it is. One of these addictions is in your life, in your routine, in your mind, or in your bloodstream. And no matter which one, they all have one thing in common. They pull you away from who you are, away from your awareness, from your freedom. You think you're in control? You're not. You just learn to function in zombie mode. Wake up, obey, consume, repeat. That's not living. That's drugged survival, daily anesthesia, a slow death. And the cruelest part? The deeper you go, the more you isolate, the more you push away those who love you, who warn you, who reach for you. You start hating the ones who try to help, because they expose your lie, take away your crutch, show you just how weak you've become. But the truth is, they're the last ones who still believe in you, even when you've already given up, even when you've become a rotten reflection of who you used to be. But don't be fooled. One day, not even they will stick around. And when that day comes, you'll be alone. Alone with the monster you've been feeding. And then it's free fall. No breaks, no return, no audience. So make the choice now, even in shame, in pain, in rage. Choose whether you'll keep feeding the poison, or cut it out, no matter how deep. Choose whether you'll keep pretending it's all okay, or face it head on. Will it be easy? Never. Will it hurt? A lot. Will it feel impossible? Most days? Yes. But it's that. Or keep dying a little every morning, dragging yourself around with a normal face, while inside, there's nothing left. No one can save you. Your only chance is you. If you don't get up, there's no miracle. But if you do, the rebellion begins, and everything changes. Mental rebellion. This isn't motivation. It's war.